What's it looking like, people? It's your Captain Sands, back with another edition of I Respect It, live reactions and reviews of the latest, potentially greatest music releases across many genres, focusing on hip hop right now as my channel is just getting started. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, follow, all the above at I Respect It, at underscore Sands23. Check me out, show love, spread love, and check in. Make sure you check out my other videos and my podcast, Detrimental Podcast, the podcast formerly known as I Respect It, which is a music and talk show on Spotify. Check out those old episodes, man. I just been cooking. At the end of the day, I really just like talking shit, and I'm practicing talking shit by myself to a potential future audience. So appreciate y'all for checking in. Today we have a new release by none other than Jack Harlow. Today is Friday, April 28th, and we have what I'm assuming to be a surprise release from Jack Harlow. I did not know Jack Harlow was dropping, and truthfully I wasn't looking for the Jack Harlow dropped. I might sound like a broken record right now, but as I said, I'm trying new things, and like two of the other three artists that I've reviewed so far, I have also never listened to Jack Harlow. Now, of course, I heard of Jack Harlow. He is on the radio. He's everywhere. He's commercially relevant. He's commercially successful. And it's hard to not see him, or hard to not at least hear the singles on the radio. So I am familiar with Jack Harlow to an extent. I know his radio records, or at least snippets of them. That one with Fergie. I've been up in some shit like that. I don't know. I've never listened to a Jack Harlow album. I've never heard any Jack Harlow outside of what we get on the radio. I know people think he's nice. I know some people don't think he's nice. I know his previous album got mixed reviews. A lot of people think he's trying to sound like Drake. So here we are to try to figure out, is there space for Jack Harlow in my Serato? Who knows? I'm surprised to see he has so many bodies of work down here. But again, I guess I'm really just under a rock. I didn't choose to not listen to Jack Harlow intentionally. It's just not something I was looking for, right? It's just not something I was looking for. Looking at this guy, he does not strike me as, a rapper I want to hear. It's all about the visuals at the end of the day. It really is. Looks do matter. And I just didn't. I just didn't. I just did it. The only white rapper I acknowledge is Eminem, and even he's been subpar for the last decade. Different conversation, different podcast. I've already hated on Eminem in many a broadcast of past. So we're gonna get into this Jack Harlow album, Jackman. I don't know. New album by Jack Harlow. It's a short one, so that's good. 10 songs, 24 minutes. So every song is barely 2 minutes. I like that. Short and sweet, let's get to it. Because a lot of times they're going to be talking about nothing. I don't even know what Jack Harlow be talking about. What he be talking about? He's from Kentucky or something, right? Like, what does he actually rap about? To come up, being white? I don't know. So I'm excited to get into Jackman. According to Apple Music, Jackman is Jack Harlow, quieting the naysayers. So I'm not a naysayer. I'm just a hater on purpose. It's fun. I'm not a naysayer yet. I'm just hard to please. So let's see what Jack Harlow talking about. 10 tracks, no features listed. 2 minutes of pop. Like I said, other videos, I don't intend on playing a whole lot of music in these because the YouTube legal team is disrespectful and they don't want anybody to have fun. So I'm going to play very, very little music. The videos will be getting shorter, which is what I've been trying to do anyway. Working on, again, like I said, trying to level up, seeing how the best way we can edit these videos. And I will get this screen. I'll figure out what to do with this, figure out how to not make it blurry. If you know what I'm supposed to do with this or how to not make it blurry, if you have any insight on how I should set up my OBS. I'm new to all of this technologies, gadgets, and gadgets. Yes, I say gadgets and gadgets. Again, I am an elder millennial, and I'm falling off. I'm falling off in the gadget space. Again, I talk too much. Let's get into it. Jack Harlow, Jackman, track number 1, Common Ground. And let's get into it.
Talking about what I see. It's not opinion based.
Okay, hold on. Pause it real quick. I'm enjoying what I'm hearing so far. The beat is great. I love a little soul. Love a little soul. Love a little soulful croon in the background. And he got flow. I've always known he's had flow, but I need to start paying attention to what he's talking about. So I'm gonna pull up these lyrics. Not a good listener. Need to know what he's. I need to really tap in and see what he's talking about. But so far, I'm really enjoying the sound. I respect the sound 100%. Hmm. Okay. Wow. Wow. I was not expecting that at all. That was extremely impressive. Just he's extremely aware and candid. The song is he's rapping about essentially how kids in the suburbs have essentially are faking it. You know what I mean? Like how that there's some whites out there in the suburbs who are trying their best to emulate what they see on TV and have no idea about the real life lives by those folks that they are trying to. Like, I would just say emulate. Like y'all living in the suburbs and shit is paid by your parents and you're reading the comments in your pajamas, but you got plenty of commentary for it about what's right, what's wrong, what's good, what's bad. So it's pretty interesting. I don't know if he's talking about himself. I don't know if he is one of those suburban kids. I have no idea about his upbringing in Kentucky. But that was a very, I'll call it introspective song. I'm happy I pulled up the lyrics because I had no idea what he was talking about before I pulled up the lyrics. So that was quality. I like that 100%. Simmer down, all you kids out there in the suburbs. We don't respect you. I don't have to give a reason why. Jack Harlow already said it. Shout out Jack. I respect it. I respect it. 100%. I also think that there might have been a little bit of Macklemore smoke in there, because Macklemore, Thrift Shop. I hated the damn thrift store song. I hated it, and yeah, it might have been some Macklemore smoke. And low key, Macklemore is a big reason why I don't listen to Jack Harlow, because ever since when Macklemore beat Kendrick for the Grammy, I lost all hope and I didn't respect. It. But Jack Harlow making me respect the white rapper a bit more once again. Let's get it, Jack. They don't love it. Already loving. They don't love it. I love the high pitch. I love a high pitch sample in the back. Something about it. I don't know. Brings me back to a simpler time. Dipset did it first. I've been smooth for so long, I'm trying to get rough. Fuck buffing my nails, dog. I'm trying to get together. Your boy striving to be the most dominant ever. The hardest white boy since the one who rapped about vomiting sweaters and hold the comments. Cause I promise you I'm honestly better than whoever came to your head. Best white boy since the rapper who was rapping about vomit on sweaters. I respect it. So far, Jack Harlow, I see why. I understand. So far. Okay, I like that one too. That was pretty much Jack. You just dropping bars. I'm trying to be great. I'm not trying to meet my wife in the club. I'm hoping she's a boss. I don't really need her like that. But if I find her, that's dope. And I'm out here really trying to be the best. I'm trying to make it. And I'm gonna do better than everybody else, all my peers, because they don't love it. I love it. I live for this shit, and I'm trying to be the realest since mom's spaghetti. Arms are heavy, knees weak. I forgot the words, but that used to be my song too. So I mean, all right, Jack Harlow. I'm here. I'm tuned in. I'm locked in. And I respect it. Ambitious. He said he was 14. I would really hope he's not coming in his girl like he's sterile at 14. Maybe I missed the bar, but that's... Does he have children? Questions I need answers. Man, to be a college applicant, fuck I look like going to college after this. One day I'm gonna be front row at the Knicks, waiting till the world gets a load of this. Ambitious 19-year-old, I
just signed a deal, now my next Sub-Zero. But I'm still playing 1 p.m. sets at the festivals. Looking at the crowd, they embarrassed for me. Gee.
Yikes.
Ambitious, 24-year-old. Used to have dreams of being friends with my heroes. Auditioned for a lead and got the call back from it. I'm festival headlining, keeping them heads nodding. I tell her I'll be...
Okay, Jackman. Okay, Jackman. These are come-up bars, you know. I really liked how he took us through 3 different phases of his life. 14, I wasn't really into school like that. I was wilding, but I was still, you know, interested in the craft. And then 19, I was breaking out. I was doing festivals, but I was at 1 o'clock time, and I still wasn't really where I was supposed to be. And now I'm a heartthrob, and I'm in movies, and I think it's about to only be acting, but I'm still dropping bars for your head tops. I am respecting it. Okay, Jackman. Let's keep going. Is that right? Is that alright? Let's go, Jackman. Shout out, Jackman.
No flights. This how I wanna live my life. Is that alright? Sport cars and no ice. Okay, maybe a little ice. We all got a little vice. No selfies, just say hi. Looking to change lives, I already changed mine. Our ambition just ain't the same size. No retweets and no likes. This how I wanna live my life. Is that alright? Hi, I'm so healthy and alive. 4L, we them same guys. You stupid.
I mean, that one was okay. Is That I is okay. It's a decent sound, short and sweet, very mellow. You know, just definitely the vibe, the sound that I like. But I definitely see why people have compared him to Drake or said that he's trying to bite Drake's whole jump, because he definitely, there's bridges in there where he's harmonizing like Drake, and I can see why people gave him that criticism. And I don't necessarily think I like that song because it reminded me of Drake, and I don't think he needs to do that. I like what he's doing so far. Now, the next song is called Gang, 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 and I don't know what to expect, considering the first song was about white kids faking the funk. So maybe he's a play on that. Maybe he's going to get back to that. So let's see what Jackman talking about in Gang, Gang, Gang. But Is That Alright? Slightly respected. The beat was good. The instrumentals are quality, as to be expected with such a heavily backed artist. Gang, Gang, Gang. Gang, 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 this shit bang. Shout out Absol.
Ride for my dogs, lie for my dogs, die for my dogs. Like, did you hear about Marcus? Our Marcus? Yeah, our Marcus. A bunch of girls say he raped him in the back of some Target.
Sure.
They say he drove. Wait, which Marcus? Because it can't be, yes, our Marcus. The perfect grades that has family in New Orleans, yes, that Marcus. He's got 7 rape charges.
Oh, shit.
Ride for my dog. Because it's... Did you hear about Kevin? Kevin who? Our Kevin. A bunch of messages he sent to little kids.
Oh.
Apparently he met up with this 10-year-old, and now the kid's saying, I'm telling you, it's Kevin that we've known since we were 7. The one whose dad's a reverend. Live for my dog.
Wow.
For my dog. Ride for my dog. Live. Hopefully it's family till it can't be. Gang till it ain't. Twins, but it depends. Brothers until something is uncovered. Years of camaraderie suddenly disappear. Almost like you never were here. Unconditional love.
Years of camaraderie suddenly disappear. Wow, that was not what I was expecting. That was a real ass song, man. Sheesh. Wow. Before we get into the content, I'm impressed that he's able to give us 3 verses in under 3 minutes. That's impressive. I really like the conversational verses here. It's very Eminem stand to me. It was the first thing I thought, where it wasn't really a flow, but it was like somebody kind of talking on beat to someone else. That was really cool. I'm impressed at his level of creativity when it comes to delivering these songs and creating these verses. It was much more than bars. It was everything about that was just kind of cool and strategic in the way that it was created. So shout out to him. And the content matter is like, yikes, I hope those are not true stories. While I'm listening to the song, I'm like, oh my God, who do you be hanging out with, bruh? I'd be damned if any of my, I'd be damned. But, you know, then I remembered he's from Kentucky, and that's all I have to say about that. Next song, Denver. Jack Harlow has gained a lot of respect already. I don't think he can, at this point, all these songs would have to be completely different and trash for me to not respect it. This is great so far.
Walking
another good one. Another good one. Typical song about kind of the struggles and the challenges and the adjustment to fame and no secrecy and no secrecy and the scrutiny that comes with being a public figure and no longer wanting that and missing the simpler time. Shit, I hope I have that problem. And I hope that problem comes with a lot of money because it's a common theme. Plenty of rappers and famous people have discussed their woes of being famous, and I ain't trying to hear that shit because I ain't trying to hear it. Pay me. Okay? Next song, no enhancers. We almost done.
This is when I call no answer. She know I'm a romancer. You know I make you laugh like you only know enhance. She only know enhance. She only know enhance. All the cards stacked against her, but she learning how to deal. Laugh like no one else. You love my banter. I like my.
I mean, it's another good song. I don't think it necessarily fit in the larger theme and message that I'm capturing from this album. But the typical formula when any album, especially hip hop album, you gotta have the track in there for the ladies, the ladies, the ladies, the ladies. It's not bad. It's short, minute 40. I won't complain. Moderate levels of respect. It can't be.
It must be my skin. I can't think of any other reason I win. I can't think of an explanation. It can't be the years of work I put in. It can't be the way that I stuck with the same friends. It can't be the swag I got when I walk in. It can't be the eye contact with these crowds. It can't be my pen. It can't be these verses that make people feel like I'm talking to them. It can't be the downtime with my boys. It can't be the tribe and the Biggie and the Nas, the Outkast and the Missy and my iPod. It can't. It must be my skin. I can't think of any other reason I win. It can't be some understanding or branding, or maybe that I'm outstanding, or all the South American fans that meet me at the airport upon landing. It can't. So I guess it must be my skin. I can't think of any other reason I win. I can't think of an explanation.
Okay, so this is another interesting perspective, creatively done, almost sarcastic song. Of course, plenty of people like me probably attribute his success to him being white. He's almost like, yeah, it must be because I'm white. There's no way it's these other things that I do very well and have dedicated and put the work in and blah, 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 blah. And, okay, I like it. I do like it because while it can definitely be those other things, you know, that you stuck with the same friends and you're charming and you make ear candy. Like, while I'm sure all of those things 100% attribute to your success, the reality of it is, you being white greatly helps it because the reality of it is, like, you know, there are tons of other rappers out there who are way better than him. Same, you know, not the same level of promotion, and you know, but just I like it, but you can't really be the one to do that. Like, you all say I'm only good because I'm white, or I'm only popping or famous because I'm white, but here's a list of other things of why I'm popping. It's all those things can be true, but you know, we all know that you being white helps. Just accept it and don't try to make us feel like we crazy for saying it, because it may not be the only reason, but it definitely contributes. Like, it really just does, especially because you a clean cut white boy. It ain't like Millsy, who's actually trying to, Millies or whatever his name is, who's trying to be black, and I don't respect it because he's from Cambridge. Ain't nobody out in Cambridge look like that. I don't respect it. That's a different, like, you clean, you're presentable. You are what the masses want and gravitate to. If you had, I guarantee if you had a tattoo on your neck, they probably wouldn't rock with you like that, right? Because you would then be presenting too urban, right? You don't present urban at all. You got bars, you sound like it, but now I'm feeling like you might be one of those suburban kids you was talking about. I don't know. Like, that one kind of, I like it, but that one is like, you can't. I'm not accepting that. Bars, creative, but I'm not accepting that, and I don't respect it. Unfortunately, sounded good, but I don't.
It's definitely a no for me, dog.
Blame on Me. Last two songs.
Blame on me. Can't hold back.
This is the hardest beat on the album so far. Easily hardest beat on the album. It's the only one that made me aggressively head nod. And you know I'm all about an aggressive head nod, so.
The lights turned on inside the lamppost. Years go by, something changed. brother, I don't have an excuse. But I know you remember the way that dad would let loose on me. More off terrified of broaching the subject. I'm terrified to even ask, so I just don't touch it. I don't say nothing. You grew up in my household, under my roof. Raised you with discipline and taught you life's truth. Made you feel the weight of every single mistake that you made. My hot temper turned up full throttle, cause I needed you to be a little brother's role model. It's okay, I understand. Cause the way I...
So this is it's another interesting one. This is almost like a diary excerpt, because he's not rapping, he's talking. Like he's introspective and revealing a lot, and it's another one of those really creative songs. I'm really appreciating his creativity in the sense that I think the first verse is in his little brother's voice to him, and then the second verse is him talking to his little brother, and then the third verse is the father, the abusive father, the upset, angry father who took things out on them, is the third verse rapping to Jack. So that's really cool. That's really creative. Like, it's hard for me to not respect it. Like, I can't say a bad thing about it. It's a deep song. I probably won't run it back. It's not. I can't relate, but shit, Jack. Shout out to you. Last song. Questions.
Turn my voice up. Right here. Why I treat my brother like he ain't my only brother. Why I gotta treat my manager like I'm above her. Why I gotta get so intimate with all my lovers. Why I gotta cheat and make her question if I love her. Why am I so flawed? Why am I so skeptical of God? Why do I pretend like I didn't see it when I saw it? Why am I so bold and double back when I've been caught? Why am I not the superhero I thought? Or as perfect as these diamonds I bought?
I will say, initially, I was very impressed that every single line was a question. Until I remembered, Jadakiss did it first. Why is Jadakiss as hard as it gets? Look it up. Jadakiss did it first. So I was almost really, really impressed, but it's been done. But still cool.
When did I start texting so dry? When did I become this type of a guy? When did the text you send me stop getting replies?
And I don't know, maybe I just have not been paying that close of attention, or I've been enjoying the music, like the production so much, or I've been reading the lyrics so much, but I don't know. I feel like he's just been talking to me for these last 3 songs. Like, he's not really rapping. He's super low-key and laid back, and I'm not mad at it, but I could see how maybe a longer album I might get annoyed with it. Just my thoughts.
What if things don't turn out how I planned them? I want to be more than just a random. What if all these people in my life go Danny Phantom? I'm sick of down to earth, I want to throw tantrums. I'm sick of these little raps, I want to make anthems. You feel me? It's either you or it's my schedule. Y'all both can't be demanding. I keep you under wraps, you told your mom it's for my branding. I hope she's understanding. What if I don't meet the expectations? What if I don't reach my destination? What if I don't live up to the hype despite all my dedication? Why you think I'm scared to take vacations?
Definitely getting Drake vibes as well. And yeah, I guess I probably couldn't do more than 24 minutes of this. This is the perfect amount, but this is definitely Drake sounding beat, Drake sounding flow, Drake sounding over concerned about the people around him and what he's doing and wanting you to feel bad for him. Very Drake, like, woe is me. You know what I mean? Drake is definitely now in the phase where he's going to talk his shit, but this is very Drake.